Welcome back, folks. With me, Phil Turo. You're watching the part 2 of the Metal Gear Solid Delta, aka 3 remake Let's Play. That was a tongue twister. So, this part, we're going to have a little bit more playthrough with it. It's not going to be so much of a talkative part, so that'll be a big plus. But there are some very funny conversations to be had in the very beginning of the game during the Virtuous mission, playing around with some of your colleagues on the radio while changing out some of your outfits and all this. And this is one of them.
Snake, did you take off your uniform?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
Just needed
And
to
you can
loosen up.
definitely tell the relationship between
there's
Boss
a
and
naked
Snake, where
option
she's
under
very
uniform
much
in
a
the camouflage
mentor
field that lets
slash
you take off
mom
your
figure
uniform.
in Snake's
But
life.
without a uniform on, your camo index will remain low, and you'll burn through your stamina more quickly.
Yeah, I could totally see that being a thing.
So stop acting like a fool and put some camouflage on now. Did you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Alright, and this is one you can get if you have the tuxedo
What's
already
up,
unlocked.
boss?
Don't you WhatsApp me. Just what do you think you're doing?
And the tuxedo, I believe this tuxedo you get
What is that camouflage
when
wearing?
you
This.
beat the game. It's either this one or the white one.
All that.
One of them you get when you
pretty good
unlock
on
the
me,
game. The
doesn't
other
it?
one, I think, is
Are you
DLC.
out of your mind? You can't wear that in battle.
Oh, why not?
It's like saying to the
James
enemy,
Bond does
"Hey, here I am. Shoot me."
Well, it's a little on the flashy side,
Then why don't you?
but it does look good on me, doesn't it?
Oh, Lord.
You don't think so?
Listen, wise ass. Camouflage isn't going to do jack if it doesn't help you blend in with your surroundings.
Well, I think it looks good.
Don't worry, Snake. It does look good on you, man.
Wear whatever you want.
Thought you'd like it.
Alright, and I think... Yeah, we got one more conversation.
Are you smoking a
This is
cigar?
if you have a cigar equipped.
I don't approve of you smoking. during the
But the
mission.
boss does have some pretty interesting information with having a
Never mind
cigar.
what I did.
She does mention how it can
But
be
that
used to
being
burn off
said,
leeches, because
cigars
there will
can
be
be
a
useful
section
in
of the
a number
game
of
where
different
we're
ways,
going to have
like
to
getting
deal with
rid of
leeches,
leeches.
and that's
Did
not
you
going to
say
be so fun,
leeches?
because leeches drain your
Yes.
stamina
If a
pretty
leech clamps onto you,
quickly,
try
depending on how
pressing
many
the lit
leeches
end
you
of
have.
a
And you
cigar
can,
into
I
it.
mean,
The leech
there's
should cringe
different
and
conditions you
detach
get throughout
itself
the
from you.
game. Leeches are
If
one,
you try to yank it
broken
off by
bones are one,
yourself,
getting cut
you
up is
run the
one,
risk of it
having
leaving its teeth
taking out
inside
bullets
you.
out of your body
With
is
the
another
cigar method,
one.
you won't have that problem.
Burns.
Fascinating.
So there's a lot of
And
physical
unlike a cigarette, a cigar burns slowly, so you can use it in place of
debilitations,
a
I guess is
torch
the
in
word I
dark
want to say,
places.
that you have to heal when you get introduced to that mechanic later. But Snake's like, I never knew cigars had so many
Quit smoking them
applications.
during the mission.
And she's like, okay, quit. Listen to me.
Hear me?
Hear me? Quit.
Yes, ma'am.
But yeah, definitely a a mama's boy when it comes to the boss. So let's go ahead and change our camouflage and go ahead and switch to woodland and the woodland face paint. I'm just showing off all the different camouflages we get, uniforms and face paints and all that. But some of them, I don't think you can get the four bosses. Well, four bosses you get camouflage from in Metal Gear. I don't think you can carry him over. But these Indian gavials or alligators or crocodiles, whatever. If they open their mouth, you can chuck a grenade in their mouth and then take them out from the inside, which is kind of humorous. I didn't know that you could do that. I actually found it out on a short. I was just watching it on YouTube. Trying to get some ideas for this Let's Play. And that was actually one that came up. So really interesting. I don't know if that was in the original game, but it's kind of it's kind of interesting they implemented that in the game. And of course, Paramedic here is going to be talking about different stuff you can find in the game. But hurry up, talk about. Oh, I remember why I left this in, because at the end of these conversations, Snake will generally ask, "Well, how does it taste?" And Paramedic's like, "The guide says it's good," or "I don't know. You gotta find out." Or she just straight up just like gives Snake the, I would imagine, like a glaring eye, like, "You figure out yourself." Like, I don't agree with what you're doing.
Right. But how do
That's
they
the golden
taste?
question right there.
Do they taste good?
You're actually going to eat
Why not?
Why else would I be
You know,
asking?
I gotta eat something, right? What?
What was that?
Because he's a snake eating a snake.
Says. Ah, you're in luck. It says they taste pretty good.
Awesome.
Good. I can hardly wait.
All right. And there's going to be some hidden items here that you can shoot. Not that hornet's nest. But that hornet's nest is kind of useful in a sense because you can actually get some burn ointment from it, which is kind of nice. Now that rubber ducky I shot, there are, I think there's like 64 of those rubber duckies, and there's 64 of these frogs. They have different names. I don't know what they are, and I generally don't really go out of my way to find them. If I see it, then I might shoot it, but generally I'm not going to shoot them. I think you unlock something. I think you unlock like a camouflage, or you unlock a helmet or a face paint. Honestly, I don't really go out of my way to find them because the game's pretty easy. Now, if you're a completionist, I guess that's something that could interest you, but for me, not so much. And this is going to be our first introduction to the human enemies in the game. And in this game, in Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake's outfit gets kind of it changes when you're jumping in mud, getting wet, that sort of stuff. His outfit changes a little bit, and I want to say, like, I think it also changes your camo index. I want to say, I'm not entirely sure.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard.
Now, something that was introduced, I want to say, it was introduced in like the upgrade to Metal Gear Solid 3, the original Metal Gear Solid 3. I think it's Substance, or was it Subsistence? I forget. Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3 got like re-releases. One of them is Substance, the other one is Subsistence. And in the case of Metal Gear Solid 3, there's like secret reels that you can unlock, and I think they're unlocked the same way in Delta, because I never played the enhanced
the success of the mission
not
depends
remake,
on
but the
how
enhanced
well you use your camouflage.
re-release of Metal Gear Solid 3. I want to say it is,
camouflage from the survival view.
but I don't know enough about that. If someone wants to correct me in the comments, feel free to do that. But in Metal Gear Solid 3, there are secret reels that are on certain enemies, and you don't want to hit them or touch them, because if you do, that reel will get destroyed, and you know that's not cool. What the hell, Snake?
Just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted.
And here, bosses just explain the camouflage and the best way to get past guards, you know, undetected. This is by far the biggest thing in Metal Gear Solid 3. Is camouflage. As she explains here, the higher the camo index, the better off you are in hiding in grass or against surfaces. So really nice. You want to make sure your camo is always high. And in this playthrough, I'm going to be trying to get as much of the camos and face paints as possible. So in this, since we're in the woods, the best thing to have is like the woodland uniform, the camouflage, and then the woodland face paint, which those are camouflages you start with in the game anyways. As you see there, I have a 70, but when I get into the tall grass with that camouflage, I go like right up to 90. So to these guys, I'm damn near invisible, as I'm going to demonstrate right here. I'm going to be sticking my Snake's sexy ass all up in the air, and you ain't going to be able to see nothing. I'm going to aim at them, and they won't. Now here, I'm just speeding it along, because this guy I want to hold up, because there you can see the reel on this backpack. So you need to hold them up, which kind of sucks for some of them. But some of them you hold up, and they're really easy. I think all of them but 2 of them are super easy. You just point the gun at them in the face or in the groin. They'll do a little shaky shake, and you'll unlock a reel, which is, these are kind of funny, like little mini movies with different scenes of the game, which I'm not going to show them because there's spoilers in there. But some are very humorous, and that's what happens if you shoot them and you don't get the reel off. They just explode. Now, me getting that reel was actually post-recording stuff, because I was like, oh, I might as well just show these. I already got like all of them but like 3. So I actually didn't figure out about those reels until after the Virtuous mission. I'm like, oh, well, I'll just go ahead and record after and just add it. Because, you know, I'm doing post-commentary for this one. Mainly because it's not right now, my situation. It's not very easy to do live commentary at this point right now of time. So I'm just doing post-commentary. And hopefully this comes out pretty easy, but it does take up more time because of the editing process. So here, there is some thermal goggles here that I want to get, which, I mean, you don't get to carry over the thermal goggles into the next mission, and that's basically the other 80% of the game. But still, it's kind of nice to have this so you have an idea of like what some of these items do for later. At least I think. Yeah, it's nice to get a hold of them early to kind of experiment with them. Because I believe, I want to say you can get thermal goggles. You can get, I know you can get the American assault rifle, the XM something something something. It's like X and then a whole bunch of numbers, and then you can get, I think that's really it. I want to say you can get one more gun. I want to say, but that's it. This is basically like an introduction to Metal Gear Solid 3 to get used to some of the mechanics. And thermal goggles are in this log. Now, if you ever want to turn Snake and you're laying down, which this is a little bit of an annoyance with me in this new version of the game. I don't remember it being so difficult in the original Metal Gear Solid 3. But when you're on the ground on your belly and then you're looking at it from a third-person view, Snake has a hard time going straight when he's against an object. So one way that you can actually remedy that is go straight in first-person view, and Snake will orient his body in the way he's looking, which is kind of nice. I don't really catch on to that until probably like halfway throughout the game. I realized, oh yeah, I could probably do this.
Tell me about
And
it. In any case, those thermal goggles should allow
one
you to
thing
easily see through
about
enemy camouflage and spot
about this
traps.
section game, they
Just
really
don't leave them
do
on for
push
too
you
long, or
to
you'll drain the
really get
batteries.
used to the environment with
In my
some
day, I did my
minimum
share of
danger.
sneaking into enemy territory.
Which you can still die, of course, from the enemies, but it's not
Yeah,
nearly as hard as it
mostly
is in the
snatch
later
missions.
sections after this
Snatch
mission.
That's where you abduct an enemy
And here,
officer without
again, I'm
killing
just showing a little bit of information
Right.
that you can
That's
get
where
from
I
the
got the
boss as far as our
original idea for
background
CQC.
and some of our personality. Because after this,
Snatch
we won't
mission,
be talking to
taking
the
out
boss
target's
through
escorts
radio
by shooting them is not an
very
option.
much.
If the enemy
Spoiler
hears the
alert.
gunshot, they'll know
But
there's
I
an
won't spoil
intruder
why,
with
but
Titan security,
spoiler alert, she
and
won't
the
be
target
in
will sense danger and try to get
141.80.
away.
That will be
You
replaced
needed
with
a way to
another
take out the
character.
guards and secure the target without making a sound.
That was the
And here we get an
idea.
idea how she
The
invented
CQC
CQC,
style
which
that you and I developed is
CQC
based
from
on
this
the
point on in
techniques
Metal Gear
I
Solid
cultivated
is
during those
a
missions.
pretty
So,
important,
First time I've heard this.
pretty important
Huh?
point,
told me any
because
of this before.
Snake is going to learn CQC from the boss, and then later on you're going to find out, like in Metal Gear
Why
Peace
didn't you tell me
Walker,
this before?
and
Why
then
now?
Metal Gear
I
Solid
have my
4,
reasons.
and I want to say Metal Gear Solid V. CQC is pretty important as far as a story. No, well, I guess Metal Gear Solid V, it's not such an important story point, but in the other ones it kind of is. And here you can hold up enemies by CQCing them from behind. Now the thing about CQCing them, you do not want to put it in a direction while you do so, otherwise you'll throw them to the ground, you'll knock them out, which isn't a bad thing. But if you're trying to extract information from them like this, it's kind of hard. So right there, you can keep pointing your gun at your knife at them. You can extract information, but sometimes they won't tell you anything, so you just knock them out. And right here, this part, when I speed up right there, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get items from them. You can pick up their bodies and then drop them, and then they'll drop 2 items. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. I like to do them because they can drop suppressors for your handguns and your rifle that you're going to get later. And that is probably one of the better ways to get suppressors for your Mark 22 and your M1911. Or I guess your 1911, if I want to leave off the numbers. And here, this was originally going to be a thumbnail image for me because that's Smirk right there. This is actually one of my favorite parts at the very beginning of the game. But instead, I'm going to actually show how to get the second reel because this is a bit of a pain. And yeah, what's very interesting about this, the first guy in the front is the one who has the reel. And when you put that second guy to sleep, he'll actually try to kick him to wake him up, but he actually kicks his body into the river, which I can imagine him thinking, oh, you know, how am I going to explain this to command? So the best way to do this is to hold him up and then go around to the other side and be very quick with this, otherwise he will go for his gun, and that's how you get it. I'm sure there's an easier way to do that, but that was my 8th time trying to do that. Now this is me going ahead and do it like I normally did. Here's a frog right here that you can shoot to get that to your count, but I'm sure that a lot of people see that, and I don't need to explain that. You shoot the hornet's nest. The hornets will actually attack that guy, poor bastard. And you can go ahead and pick up the nest, and you can pick up that Yobloco Maloko, I think that's what it's called, which that fruit Snake doesn't really like. You don't get a lot of stamina from that, but the hornet's nest, he will enjoy that. He will eat that, and he'll have a
I see
big
you've got
stamina
yourself a Baltic
increase.
hornet's nest. Baltic hornets are a variety of hornets that inhabit that area. The difference between them and other hornets
And
is
I
that they
remember
produce
looking
honey in
at
their nests.
some of the fruit
Inside
that's
the
in this
nest
game,
are
the
larvae,
Yabloko
pupa,
Moloko in
and
particular,
adults,
and that's
just
not
like in
actually
them
like a
all.
real fruit in the
In
real world,
particular,
but
the
it's
honey
based
you find
on
inside the nest is
it's
delicious
based on
and
fruits
full of
that do
nutrients.
exist. But I
It's
think they
easy
just
to digest
some
and
of this
helps
stuff
get
I
the
think
rut
they
when
just
you're feeling
made up.
tired. In short, it's the
Going by
perfect
some of the stuff I've
survival
seen.
food. Honey can also be used as a burn
I'm definitely
ointment.
not gonna.
When
I'm not
honey is
gonna
applied to
rub
a burn,
freaking
it
honey on
creates
a
a
burn.
protective coating
There's better
on the
things I can
skin.
use honey with.
When you
Like
notch down a
toast.
hornet's nest, a burn ointment will appear along
Man, honey
with it,
toast sounds pretty
so
good
don't
right now.
forget to pick
I'm
it up.
fucking hungry.
Of course, the
Or in tea.
hornets aren't going to
To
give up their
quote
nest without a fight. If you
Major
knock a nest
Tom,
down, a large
"Where's my
team of hornets
tea?"
will come flying
If you
out, so
if
be
you
careful.
spam, if you
Listen up, Snake.
is it this
Keep it
one?
engaged.
No.
Yup.
That's
Oh, this
right.
one. He talks about.
Sipping hot coffee on a plane back home.
What'd you
What
say?
did you say? What did
I'm
you
with
say?
totally with Major Zero.
Sipping
Not
hot
Major
coffee
Zero.
on-
Spoiler
You're gonna
alert.
drink that
Major
foul
Tom
muck
here.
On the victory flight home.
Coffee. I'm not actually a coffee drinker. I prefer tea.
Tea, of course.
I guess that's my inner Englishman saying,
Your
"I want
sensors
tea."
and other electronic
Now this right here,
devices
this
cannot
is
be
actually
used
pretty funny. I
indefinitely.
like this
Once
one
they're
so
activated, they
much
consume battery
because he
power.
goes off on
Remember,
a big ass
all
tangent.
items
It's
draw
kind of
power from a
funny
single
to
battery.
see that Major
Once your
Tom
battery
is
runs out,
actually
all electronic gear
he has a
becomes
comedic
inoperable.
side to him.
You can
Because
check
after
your
this,
remaining
he's not
battery power
comedic at
with the
all
icon
in the
of
series.
any item that uses
He's very
electricity.
serious and
Take care not to waste power. The battery
his
recharges
character takes a
automatically
much
when not in
different
use.
take
When you want
after
to
this game.
recharge the battery, unequip all
Unfortunately,
electronic
I rather
devices
like
and give it some time.
Major Tom.
The higher your stamina
He's
gauge,
not.
the faster your battery
He's a
recharges.
different kind
If
of
you want it to recharge
character to
faster,
explain stuff than
eat
Major
food
Campbell, Colonel
Also,
Campbell,
if you run,
and Major
roll, or
Tom
do other dramatic
is
actions,
interesting,
the
but he's
battery will
interesting in his
recharge
own
faster.
way.
Wait a second.
What is it?
The higher my stamina, the faster my battery recharges?
That's what I said.
Yeah, there's
But what
no
does my
pause in that
stamina
at all.
have to do
Stutter.
with the battery?
Oh, yes, I see what you're getting at. Let's have paramedic explain that. Paramedic?
Yes, sir. It's because Snake's battery uses bioelectricity.
Okay.
Bioelectricity.
You know, with all this
Bioelectricity is
stuff they throw at
electricity emitted
Snake,
from
I could
cells.
see him
When the
being
cells of
very
living things are stimulated, sodium
gullible
and
with certain
potassium
things with
ions
scientific
move
stuff,
rapidly
which
through the cell
it's
membrane
interesting because in
ion
Metal Gear
channel,
Peace
creating a
Walker,
difference in electrical potential.
there is
The battery
a
uses that energy
there's
to
a
recharge.
recording
So unless
because
your
I think in
cells
that
have
game
plenty
you
of
listen to
nutrients,
tapes
the recharge won't work well.
between missions,
Amazing the kind of machines
and
that are available
in one of those
now.
tapes he actually does believe in
This
Santa
machine
Claus,
has
which
not
is
been made
very very
public.
humorous
It was designed by
considering
a scientist at
how
the CIA
serious
as
Snake
Director of
is. But he's
Science
like,
and Technology.
Santa Claus is
What kind
real.
of person was he?
The person who
NORAD
designed
was
it?
invented. That's why
Yeah.
Santa Claus is real.
I heard he was pretty strange.
Stranger than the Major?
There's nothing strange about the Major.
Absolutely.
My tea's gone. Who drank it? How am I supposed to have tea time without tea?
Well, they're in the middle of a
not
plane. I
too
don't think, or
strange,
in the
at
middle of a
least.
plane trying to get this mission done.
Hey, my scone's gone too.
No, that's gone too far. You don't ever take a man's scone or scone. I think it said scone, but scone, man, scones are pretty goated too. A good scone with some Earl Grey tea, best drink and like pastry combination on earth. My opinion, of course. But anyways, going back, getting away from food. Jeez, I'm freaking hungry. We're gonna go down here, and we're gonna come back here again when we re-explore this part of the game during the next mission. And here you can find the XM something, XM16E1. I'm looking at the case. The XM16A1E1 or whatever, and it's an automatic rifle. It's very very useful if you get caught by enemies because you just go guns a-blazing. It's 20 rounds, which, I mean, 20 rounds is 20 rounds, don't get me wrong. Just kind of wish it was a little bit more, but then again, the 6th place in the 60s, so I imagine 20 round magazines for a assault rifle was common back then. Now, if you take too long after that hornet's nest falls down, the enemies will come back in this area, so if you kind of like hurry up, you don't have to worry about that. But here, I can hear them coming back, but I managed to actually get to the exit in time, so they actually don't spawn back into the map. Now this is the last area before the story takes over. So here we gotta actually get to Sokolov, and we preferably don't want to alert the guards. If not, well, we can go guns a-blazing and take them out. And there's think there's maybe like
I've reached
5 or
the
6
abandoned
guards,
factory
but I mean,
Sokolov is supposedly being
I think there's
held.
2 outside. There's
Place
3 on the
dumb.
inside I take out, and there. I think there's 1 on the roof and maybe 1 on the side. I think, or I'm thinking about the second time
Can't
you have
see
to
Sokolov from
infiltrate
here.
this place.
The security is pretty tight.
On the outside, you're going to want to use leaf camo and woodland
There are
camo
sentries posted
and
around the
woodland face
perimeter.
paint. When you get
I
inside,
wonder how many are
then you're going to want to
inside.
switch to the checkered pattern. It's like red and black and splendor face paint
Your
to
objective,
maximize your
Sokolov, is inside
camo
the
index.
factory. They should be holding him in a room
And of course,
on
these
the
numbers you
second
can find them
floor.
out before you equip the
Be
camo,
careful.
so you'll know like
The
what's
mission is to
best in
bring
that particular
Sokolov back
area.
alive. He must not be exposed to any
And of course,
kind
this
danger.
is why we want to
Do
get
not
there
approach
without
Sokolov
tripping the
while in
alarm.
the
You
alert
cannot
phase.
go anywhere near Sokolov during the alert.
Oh, and
The
one more
alert,
thing, Snake.
the alert
You
phase.
mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
A man of his
Is that
word.
all?
And then you can go left or right on
Understood.
the codec
I give you my
conversations or
approach to the
the
targets.
radio conversations, get a little bit more different images of them, and sometimes where they actually were born and where they live. So, all right, we're going to sneaky over here, and we're going to start taking out these guards one at a time with our hush puppy. Hush, hush, hush. Shh, 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 shh. All right, so he's out. Let's go take out his partner. We're going to shush him. I don't know how you say shush in Russian, but 99. If you can hit them in the head or the groin with your tranquilizer gun, they'll knock out immediately. If you hit them anywhere else in their body, it'll take the dart a few moments to kick in. If you hit them multiple times, you can speed up the process. If one of our buddies sees them go down, they won't hit the panic button. They won't call the alarm, but they will go up to them and try to not kick them, wake them up. So that'll be a chance to kind of like lure them as like bait. What I'm kind of doing here. Now, if you miss and they see the dart, well, then they might trip the alarm, call them reinforcements. So you want to make sure you hit them. If you don't think you're going to be able to hit them in the head, then the next best thing is just hit them in the body. Because when they get hit in the body with a dart, they're not going to trip the alarm. They're just going to be like, huh, what was that? That mosquito bite I just felt. And then you can keep on hitting them until they go down. Or you can try to re-angle or redo your shot. Because when they get hit with a dart, they just stop. They like, huh, what was that? What did I just feel? So here, there's one more guard right here. And I'm backing up to get a good shot. So right there, boop, he's out. And that should be the last person I need to take out to go talk to Sokolov without having to worry about tripping an alarm. Here I'm just being super careful. And of course, right there you see my camo index is really low. But when you get indoors and then you push your body, you start crawling down. There's another duck, rubber ducky. You start crawling, you actually get more camo index. That freaking duck. So now let's go in here and turn the door, and we'll actually get a big cutscene, a big info dump with Sokolov. And Sokolov is the Hal Emmerich of the Metal Gear Solid 3 game, or Metal Gear Solid Delta. His ending is, in a way, it's not I mean, it's tragic what happens to him in this game, but it's not as, he doesn't go through as much as Otacon throughout Otacon's games, I guess. I mean, they both have their tragic storylines, but Sokolov's storyline here I feel is a bit more tragic, in my opinion.
To escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain. You're CIA.
No, I'm FBI. Of course I'm
I was
CIA.
sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Here we learn that Major Tom is Major Zero.
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
And of course, Snake being Snake is going to want to know what that actually
Did
means.
he now?
What does it mean?
Man, I love these models. These models are so good. I mean, the models for MGS3 original, they already were pushing the boundaries of what the PS2 could do, but I'm still impressed that MGS3 still looks as good as it does now. But this just like,
Thunderbolt.
oh my goodness. I still gush over this game. It looks so freaking good.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland.
This here, we
Ever
will
since the
see,
Cuban
this
Missile
is the
Crisis
Red
2 years
Army.
ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism,
I remember
from hawks in the
looking at
army
this when I was
and the
younger.
provincial
'Cause this game came out, I
authorities,
think, when I
Khrushchev has
was
managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of
maybe
his
like in my
agricultural
junior
policies
year or
has
maybe
put
my
him
sophomore
in
year.
a
I don't exactly
precarious
remember.
position.
But I remember
And on
I remember
top of
seeing
that,
this and I
the
thought, man, it
tragedy
looks
last November.
like I thought
Kennedy's
I don't know, I
assassination.
legit thought that
Precisely.
like
In a sense,
this was
Khrushchev
like a
lost his
real
biggest partner,
storyline
and his power
in
base is
Russia.
rapidly crumbling
Because at
away.
this point
A certain
I
group is plotting to use this
it sounds kind
opportunity
of
to
stupid
seize
coming
power
from me now,
by
but I
rallying
legit
the
like
anti-government
thought like
forces,
Hideo Kojima was
overthrowing
like
Khrushchev,
stringing together
and
all
installing
these like
Brezhnev
conspiracy
and
theories from like Metal Gear Solid 1,
The
Metal Gear Solid
mastermind
2,
behind this
and
plot is Konami.
tying in the Cold War behind what happens in MGS 1
He
and
has
2.
control over another
And
secret weapons
I,
research facility
in a
much like
way,
this one,
some of the stuff he
known as
predicted in
the
these
Design
games
Bureau,
is
and is
like
using
coming
it to
true in
further
today's
his
world.
plans.
And other stuff, I'm
That
like,
is not
what the
enough
fuck
to
was I
satisfy
thinking?
him.
Thinking this
Now
was
he's plotting
like a
to seize
legit
the secret
thing.
weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in
I'm
his
sure
plan.
that that very rash, scarred-looking man is not going to be a thorn in our side in this game.
The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Oh well, you know,
The
the soldiers I just like made go night outside were supposed to guard you, weren't they, against them?
Exactly.
Because apparently there's a power struggle on the Soviet Union right now between Volgan's faction and
Were to prevent
is it?
Colonel Volk
I can't think of the
capturing
name. It's Khrushchev and I forget his other name. I think Khrushchev is the guy who's in power right now. Is it Brezhnev? Is it Brezhnev? I think is the guy that's Volgan's party's leader or something like that.
Leave it to me.
But super interesting. I still am impressed with what Hideo Kojima did. I was speaking English, dude.
Where did you learn to speak?
Dude, I was speaking English. Here, it's kind of implied that they're speaking in Russian, but because we're watching it, it's speaking in English. But it would have been a nice little touch if they actually start speaking Russian, but kept the subtitles in English
I have
though.
no love for this place. Let's go.
This part coming up, well, after the radio call, when they start leaving, I was thinking about trolling and like, because one of the special videos is actually this scene coming up with specifically with Sokolov, but I thought about it, I was like, nah, I don't want to do that because I don't. That would add up like probably another 5 minutes of video time, and these videos are already long enough as there is without very much gameplay. And I didn't want to stall out the videos any more than what I already am doing. I'm not trying to purposely stall these out with codec conversations or radio conversations, but some of these radio conversations are just either they're very funny to me or they add a lot of context to some of the characters in the story. Hey, look, dude, can you please get behind me? You're giving away our position. He's like, okay, well, you go first then. I love how Sokolov here is pretending like he knows CQC or judo, as a lot of people think CQC looks like. That get CQC, and this guy's like, what is this, some kind of judo? It totally does not look like he's trying to throw a Kamehameha or shoot a Kamehameha at somebody. Which, spoiler, that's what that secret video is all about. Here we go. This shows one of the scene right here. It shows Snake being a complete badass by getting caught. So here, if they were wise, they would have just like, hey, just enclosed on Snake and just taken Sokolov. But instead of drawing it out and giving Snake an opportunity to, take care of the situation. What? I'm not boss, I'm Snake. I know that gun twirling and those freaking spurs. Oh my goodness. A lot of people. Oh man. If you cannot tell, this guy is supposed to be. Well, I'll let him say it for himself.
Soldier?
Gotta fix the hat, huh?
He's the Ocelot commander.
That's Major Ocelot.
As you can tell, this is who is going to be Revolver Ocelot.
Get it.
In this game, he's just known as just plain old Ocelot. And a lot of people I know either hate or love Ocelot in Metal Gear Solid 3. Some people don't like him because he's very smug, and I get that. But I don't know. I like his character. It shows that he was still kind of a badass and very cocky in his older age. But in this game, it shows like where that cockiness comes from, because he's very much a shooting prodigy, as you can see right here. Especially with him like twirling him, he's going to do a trick shot right here, and it's just pretty. It's pretty cool to see how he had this skill at such a younger age. Let me just shoot over here instead. He dead. If he ain't dead, he got shot and he broke his neck on the way down. Yeah, that gun totally does not match what you're trying to go for, man. Ah, you just got clapped. I'll avenge that guy, don't worry. The whole time, Snake could have like shot him with that tranquilizer gun and then ran off with Sokolov.
Even if it is for the crew.
Sokolov, take cover.
You're judging, man. That's dangerous.
Not the boss, are you?
That's one thing that a lot of people don't like, but I think it's kind of interesting and cool. Maybe it's because I'm a cat person. Who knows? Yeah, this totally could have ended like super soon if they just blasted Snake into oblivion.
Huh. That gun.
Well, I rather like this gun. It's been knocking out all your comrades here since I landed.
If you're not the boss,
Here we go.
then die.
Sucks to be you, man. Here we go. Here comes his badass moment.
Leave it. Shoot the other one.
Oh man. I wonder if Snake like did some kind of pressure point to make him shoot his gun off while it's pointed in the air. Those bullets gotta come back down sometime. Ugh. Homie, just go straight down. Don't get your ass whooped more than it already is. Alright, he out. That means there's only one left. And it's this a-hole right here. I love this shot right here. Don't. That bullet's gonna have so much damn symbolism in this game, it's gonna be redonkulous. I think that's supposed to be like a 9mm bullet, and then eventually when he uses revolvers, it's supposed to be like a 45, I think.
But testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a
It's amazing, and
revolver
he's like, he's gonna remember this information. No, he's almost like knocked the fuck out.
Dog!
But that was some fancy shooting.
Here comes the line.
You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Ocelot's iconic line. Well, we pretty much kicked everyone's ass or put them to sleep, or Ocelot killed everyone else. And again, you don't want to kill people in this game for a certain boss fight. It just makes life so much more easier at that point.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too.
And I'll go ahead and start my spiel here in the normal ending. But the next scene is actually from a different recording. You can actually take out Ocelot. And if you do, you get a very interesting game over theme. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that in there. But if you like this, folks, if you like this, please consider like and subscribe and comment on these videos. It really does help. And
I don't like it.
I really do want to try to make this Let's Play a little bit more fun, considering how much more talkative it is considering the last one. But if you want to give Ocelot a tactical high five with your XM16 E1 rifle, you'll get a game over, and you'll create a time paradox. But with that, folks, I'll catch you in the next one, folks. Later and bye. Don't create more time paradoxes; they're bad. Okay.
What have you done? You changed the future. You've created a time paradox.